How to stay consistent when motivation fades. Have you ever started something with fire in your heart, only to feel that fire slowly fade? It's normal. Motivation comes and goes, like waves on the shore. Some days you feel unstoppable, like you can move mountains. Other days, even getting out of bed feels like a struggle. So, what happens when the excitement disappears? When the energy that pushed you forward is gone? How do you keep going when motivation simply isn't there? The truth is, you don't have to wait for motivation to strike again. Staying consistent doesn't rely on feeling motivated every single day. It relies on building habits, creating structure, and learning to show up even when it's hard. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not the spark of excitement that makes you feel alive. It's quiet. It's steady. It's the small choices repeated over and over, day after day. And these small choices, they add up. Ask yourself, can you do something small today, even if you don't feel like it? Just a little step forward. That's where consistency starts. Because here's the thing, motivation is fleeting, but habits are lasting. Habits are what carry you when your energy runs out. They are the engine that keeps moving you forward, even when the road feels long. So how do we build habits that survive when motivation fades? First, start tiny. Don't aim for giant leaps. Big goals are inspiring, but they can also overwhelm. Instead, focus on one small action, one push-up, one page written, one 5-minute walk. It may seem insignificant now, but repeated over time, it becomes unstoppable momentum. Next, be patient with yourself. Progress isn't always visible, and that's okay. Just because you don't see results immediately doesn't mean nothing is happening. Imagine planting a seed and expecting a tree the next day. It doesn't work that way. The work you put in today is laying the roots for tomorrow's growth. And here's something most people forget. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Missing a day doesn't mean you failed. Falling off the track doesn't erase the progress you've already made. The question is, will you get back up? Will you try again tomorrow? Another key is understanding your why. Why did you start in the first place? What is it that matters so much that you want to keep moving forward? Your reasons become your anchor when motivation drifts away. Write them down. Say them out loud. Keep them close. But even with a strong why, it's easy to give in to distractions, to get sidetracked by life's endless demands. That's why structure is your secret weapon. Set routines. Make certain actions automatic. When a task becomes part of your day, you don't rely on willpower or motivation, you simply do it. And yet, life is unpredictable. There will be days when nothing goes as planned. Days when it feels impossible to keep up. That's where flexibility comes in. Consistency is not about rigid rules. It's about adapting without losing momentum. Some days, a shorter, lighter version of your routine is still progressing. Here's a question to consider. What if showing up imperfectly is enough? What if just being present, even in small ways, is already a victory? Because often, we wait for a perfect day, a perfect mood, a perfect moment. But perfection rarely exists. Waiting for it can keep you stuck forever. Real consistency comes from embracing imperfection, from taking imperfect action today, right now. And here's another truth. Celebrating small wins matters. Every step forward is proof that you can do it. Each tiny victory is fuel. It's motivation in disguise. When you acknowledge it, you remind yourself that progress is happening, even when it doesn't feel dramatic. Consistency also thrives on accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust, or write them down where you can see them. When someone else knows what you're aiming for, it's easier to show up, even when your own motivation wanes. And sometimes, consistency comes from a single day. It was because they refused to quit. They kept showing up, even when no one was watching, even when they didn't feel like it. And here's the final question. What could you achieve if you showed up every single day, even a little, even imperfectly, for 1 month, for 1 year, for your lifetime? The answer might surprise you, because consistency, more than talent, more than luck, is what transforms dreams into reality. So the next time motivation fades, don't wait for it. Don't wish for it. Start anyway. Do something small. Make it a habit. Repeat it. Be patient. Forgive yourself when you slip. Celebrate your wins. Lean on your why and keep moving forward. Because real change, real growth, doesn't come from bursts of inspiration. It comes from quiet, steady, unstoppable consistency. And in the end, showing up every day, no matter how you feel, is the truest measure of strength. But let's take a closer look. Why is motivation so unreliable in the first place? Scientists say it's because our brains are wired for comfort. Motivation is fueled by dopamine, the reward chemical. And dopamine spikes when something is new or exciting. But over time, that spike fades. That's why the excitement of starting a new project or habit rarely lasts. If we relied solely on motivation, we'd give up almost every time. That's why the most successful people don't wait to feel motivated. They rely on systems, on routines, on structures that don't depend on emotion. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation to do it. It's automatic. And that's exactly how you want your important habits to become automatic. So start by designing your environment to make consistency easier. Remove distractions. Make the path to your goals obvious and simple. Small changes can have huge effects. Put your running shoes by the door. Keep healthy snacks within reach. Make it easy to do the right thing and hard to do the wrong thing. Another important factor is self-compassion. We are often our own harshest critics. One missed day can spiral into guilt, shame, and giving up entirely. But imagine treating yourself like a friend, one who is learning, trying, and growing. A gentle "it's okay, try again again tomorrow goes much further than punishment or self-blame. And while consistency is often framed as discipline, there's more to it. It's not just about forcing yourself, it's about curiosity, experimentation, asking, what small change today will make me a little better than yesterday? Consistency is not a prison, it's a pathway. Sometimes you also need reminders that your journey matters. Reflection can help. Take a moment each week to look back. See how far you've come. Even small progress can be astonishing when you look at it cumulatively. It reminds you that all the little steps, repeated day after day, are actually transforming your life. And then there's the joy of momentum. Once you start showing up consistently, it becomes easier to keep going. Each action builds confidence. Each repeated habit strengthens your belief in yourself. And before you know it, what once felt impossible becomes normal. Here's a question to leave with. What story do you want to tell about yourself a year from now? Will it be a story of giving up when motivation disappears? Or a story of persistence, of showing up, of quietly building a life you're proud of? Let's not forget the power of community. People who support you, who hold you accountable, who share the same journey can be the difference between giving up and showing up. Even a single voice cheering you on can help you take that next small step when motivation is gone. Consistency is like water flowing over stone. It may seem soft, almost invisible at first, but